Oh, hello, 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 hello. Let's see if anybody comes. Hey, there's one person. Hi, Debs. Nice to see you. I've been fighting with the computer for the last 20 minutes trying to get it to actually come up. Hi, Shirley. Hi, Zarget. Thank you. Hi, May. Okay. All right. Yeah, this whole daylight savings time thing has got the. I mean, and I got to say that I really appreciate so much the effort that you guys all made today to make this okay for me and all of this. Okay, all right. Well, Zargan, I hope you feel better soon. Hi, Veronica. Hi, Rochelle and Mia Bear and Elizabeth. And oh, thank you all so much for being here. And so here's how this went. Yesterday, as I was talking to May in a stream, or actually in a message, it occurred to me that we were going to have daylight savings time start today, and so I was wondering what that would mean because the U.S. changes our time 3 weeks before Europe changes theirs. Now, this was some leftover thing from some president that happened that thought that making the US change earlier than the rest of the world would somehow give us more productivity. And this was not, this was sort of a recent change, within the last, say, 30 years. So, but what it never thought to accommodate was people who go on back to back to back in countries across the world on YouTube. So the net result was that because we change early, I only end up getting 1 hour to do my shows, and that's fine. For 3 weeks, I can live with that. I mean, I don't have any problem with that. But then today, Dev, he came on a half hour early to try and give me an extra half hour, and May's offering to come on a half hour late to be able to give me the 2 hour show. And I, in the meantime, it's my nature to never want to put anybody out, just to accommodate some strange thing that the US is doing. And so there we have the confusion in today's schedule in a nutshell. And and so anyway, hi everybody. Hi Katrina. Hi Shirley. Hi Connie. Hi Ashley. Um, and Mia. Oh, so Canada's not going to do it anymore. All right. So Mia Bear's got Canada covered. Norway's not going to do it anymore. Maybe the UK won't do it anymore. And if we could just get us to not do it anymore, that would be absolutely wonderful because otherwise it creates confusion. Okay, I do have a couple of things to add. Uh, Now, some of you may have seen my notification, and I've been working really hard on this dragon. This dragon right here. Whoops. See what direction am I going here? I'm trying to make my dragon visible there, and well, I'm backed out as far as I can back out. So let me try going up so you can get the whole thing. Now, I have to tell you that I was so proud, absolutely so proud of this dragon yesterday. And because A, I'd never drawn a dragon doing something like this before. And B, it's way outside my drawing comfort range to be drawing dragons at all. I draw things that look like this, and not things that look like this. And I thought so too, and I thought he was a good match to my other two dragons. So I put him in the shop yesterday, thinking, hot dog, I'll get a few sales. Not a single soul even bothered to look at him. It just crushed me. Just crushed me. So I will say that my dragon is for sale in my Etsy shop. And you do not have to love him. You do not have to buy him. Art, creating art is a growth process. And so, and I use my Etsy shop as my sounding board for the things that I draw. Things that sell, I draw more of. Things that don't, I won't draw any more of. So this little guy here, as cute as he is, as much as I love him, I've got to mark him down in the epic fail column. So these two, on the other hand, these were great successes. So, this is the life of an artist. In case you want to know, yes, we do wear our hearts on our sleeves. And Beth, there are links to all of my shops in the description below, but I am everywhere branded as CLAldridge Art. So it is, well, he might not live to be an epic fail, but he did not get the reception that say this did, or that this did. And and I think it's very interesting. Now, that is not, I don't want you guys to feel sorry for me or run out and buy this one. I'm just sort of more saying that for so that you kind of know what artists do and how we think. And I drew this for me. For me, this is a huge success because my dragon is sitting in the tree that I wanted him in. He's wearing wings, which I'd never drawn before. He is spiky, which I love. He is muscular, which I love. Uh, he's adorable, which I love. And and so uh, and so for me, he's an success. Art isn't about commercial success. And here's the other thing. If you color something and you love it, you absolutely love it, and you only get a couple of likes on it, don't take it personally. If you loved it, that is what counts. That is the message that I've got. I love my dragon. If you don't like him, that's great. I love him. And coloring is exactly the same way. So never be afraid to post your work. Never be afraid to show something that you did that you don't like, because somebody is going to love it. And that is, he doesn't have a name. The name of the drawing is "What are you doing?" Because he's looking at you like, "So what you doing?" I got Deb's voice in my head going, "What are you doing?" I can't do it, but exactly, Pickle, exactly. If you like it, that is the thing that matters. And so that is what I want all of you to take away from this. Uh, color what you love first. Color what you love. You have a greater chance of success if you color the things that you love. And um, if you love it, if you love the effect that you got with your pencils or your markers or your glitter or your coffee or your ketchup or whatever it was that you chose to color with, and you want to show it off, do not worry what other people think. Worry what you think, and that is your success. Okay, Dev, thank you so very much for what you did today. I so appreciate that. May, thank you so much for the offer. I'm going to let you go on time, or not let you, but you know what I mean. I want you to go on time because you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to change your time to accommodate the U.S. And I can live with it. I can make it up doing either an impromptu live sometime during the week or a couple of more pre-records, something along those lines. Welcome to the 31 people who are here. Thank you to the 13 who have thumbs up so far. Thank you. It helps people find my stream. I thought that today we would uh, uh, continue on coloring with this. And uh, okay, I'm just reading chat from May and Dev and all of that. And as you all know, I do go back and read the chat afterward because I just miss all kinds of things that folks say in the stream. And once again, that's a vision thing. It's because where the computer is behind me, or not behind me, but off to my side over there, I can't actually read it from here unless I lean into it. So I did have a couple of notes. I wanted to thank Sandy over at Color Creatively. She is doing a beautiful series of videos where she is using pastel pencils and watercolor background on the basket drawings from my book Flowers of Fantasy. So this one, and she is doing the two side by side basket drawings, and she's using the Kohinoor tritones on the basket. And I got to tell you, that is a seriously cool idea. Hi, Katrina, uh, and welcome. And hi, Kim T, and hi, Tara Lee, and thank you, Debs. I appreciate that. And okay, and then the other thing is if you didn't see it, catch the show that Dee Dee is trying diamond painting for the first time. Oh my goodness. Talk about adorable. Um, oh, and then I wanted to show you my Swatchbook edition. Oh, my favorite sound. You know that sound. It will bring me out of a depression every time. Okay. All right. These are, okay, I did the video on this. These are just those little cheapo watercolors. And this is what I was saying in DevStream earlier. I would rather practice doing my, color swatching and learning about mixing colors and what makes what with a cheap set than with an expensive set. And so this was $2.88 over at Walmart. It's a fairly decent brand. They are a little chalky for me, as far as the finished product. And it could be the paper. I mean, it could easily be that this is my little swatch book. But the, oh, and I just saw a notification pop up. If you guys watch Curiosity Inc., like I do, Curiosity Incorporated is what it's called. He is live at the Albert Museum right now. I won't hate you if you want to watch it live, or if you want to watch that back, or watch me back, whichever the case may be. But I continue on with mixing the colors with experimenting with different ratios of 2 parts blue, 1 part red, that kind of thing. And just, you can just see that with six colors, you can just make a whole rainbow. And I encourage everybody to do that. Now, while I was there, I also picked up the acrylic paints in the tubes. These were $4.88 at Walmart. Once again, this Daler-Rowney brand, which is out of Europe, out of England actually, and UK, and the colors are absolutely marvelous, really marvelous. These are the raw colors, just straight out of the tube, and then these are just the colors that I've been able to get by doing just a little bit of blending. And I, wrote down in my little chicken scratch code what colors I blended together to get what. And I think it looks, it's very promising for backgrounds and things like that. Once again, this is not good paper, really. It's just a little sketchbook, a little inexpensive sketchbook. But I love, doing things like this and learning about color mixing and color blending. Of course, the yellow ochre is the workhorse of the colors, as it usually is in every set. So I wanted to show you that. And take a sip of my tea, or actually my coffee. And the other thing I wanted to, okay, Lavelia. Lavelia with her enabling of us all by showing our coloring book collection. She had these really cool books by an artist who I'd never heard of, a Create Space artist, or I should say an Amazon published artist, named Zan Von Zed, Zan, another word VON, and then Z, as in ZED. And the books are called Ladies of Leisure. And they are simply gorgeous. They made me think of you. You, I think, would very much like those if you are not already aware of them. They are, once again, it's the pretty girl art, but there's something about them that are very compelling, and I really, really I like the art. I like it a lot. Hi, Wendy, and hi, Nana, and hi, Charlotte, and Katie. Hi, and welcome, and to everybody. Okay, so now on to this. We've talked about all of these. And when I last was here, Wendy, it is hot today here, too. It is, you go outside and it's steamy, absolutely steamy. And I don't quite get that. You did, Shannon. Oh, thank you. And this is going to be a relatively short stream. So I am going to hold off on the book. Well, actually, you know what? We may give one book away today, a PDF book. We'll give one away today. I'll do it sort of at the very end. So, oh, Christine, I am here. Hello, in Virginia, Wendy. And thank you, Shannon. Again, that's very sweet here. Yeah, it's really, yeah, humid and sticky, and I had to take some trash out actually cat doo doo. I put that directly in in bags and then put it in the trash outside. Uh, and I stepped outside, and it's easily 15 degrees cooler in the house, which speaks well of my air conditioning, I think. Or my Insulation, that's it. Okay. Christine, shut up and color. Uh, yeah, exactly. Yesterday it was 42 degrees all day long. Today it's 60 something. Uh, oh, thank you, Mia Bear. I appreciate that. That means you'll have all 8 or 9 if you buy the travel size. And I really am working on that travel size, guys. The problem that I had with working on the second travel size book is it had been so long since I did the first one, and there's a trick to it because when you upload to Amazon, you actually have to upload it sideways. And I always forget that. And so I load it up and it's wrong, and I end up having to do it all over again. And that's happened now with the first one, of course, which has been out for a couple of years, but it's also happened with the second one. So I have to redo that. Did you wake up with fleas, Mia Bear? What, you were sleeping with your dog because it was cold? I'm assuming that you were sleeping with your dogs because it was cold. And travel size, yeah, the travel size is done very well, and I appreciate that people like them. Uh, how to start routing out my words. So, oh, thank you, Deb. Thank you for being here, and I'm glad that you get to work close to home this week. So maybe we'll look for a couple of impromptus from you too. Uh oh, wait. Oh yeah. Oh yes. I'm sorry you lost a dog last year. Okay. All right. Christine, shut up and color. Let me zoom you in so I can do that. When we oh that's I hey, let's talk about this for just a second because you haven't seen it since I did the enhancements. Uh, as we had talked about. Oh, and I somebody was asking me last week, and Charlotte, I think it was you. It might have been Katrina was asking me about how to do the iridescence on the hummingbird. And I thought about that. I thought about adding glitter. And what I ended up doing was just using my white Prismacolor and adding some white in here, here on the belly, and here on the leading edges of the wings. And so that's how I ended up doing that. Uh, and then I also, uh, for the 900th time, redid the dot on the frog's eye until I was happy with it. And then I also added the second layer of color to Mr. Frog, which I think made him even better. And then I did his spots in dark brown. Now, I am also thinking that I might add some glitter to, or the dual metallics for that as a highlight, but I haven't yet decided. Also, I tried to mess up my perfect. These were so good when I left off, and I thought I'd do a little color enhancement with some pencils, and I very nearly ruined them. So these were so pretty, and they had such depth of color with just the Inktense. So let's come down and see if I can get a little bit better focus on that. To the little birds or to the little flowers. Once again, I am pulling in. Oh, Crafty Kitty, it was uh, Alex at Curiosity Incorporated. He is the one, of course, that Dee Dee originally turned us all on to. He has an antique store in Edmonton, Canada, Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and he has a show. And he kind of got famous for doing a couple of things. One, he helped a homeless man named Adam, and that got him an awful lot of attention. But the other thing, and the thing more recently that people have been watching, is he bought a house. It originally looked like a hoarder's house, but as it turned out, it belonged to a rather well-known potter in Canada. Excuse me. And so he has been, part of it was clearing out the house of what was literally 40 years uh, of inattention, and the treasures that he found, and then of course discovering whose house it had been, and a lot of her art still in the house. He's making an effort to get the house restored historically, and then get it on the historical registry. So it's been a wonderful series to watch. He's a charming young man, and very good-hearted, very kind. And of course, the latest thing is he is just like so many of us discovered that he has a sister. His dad always suspected that he had another daughter out there somewhere, but he was never able to locate her after having looked for her for a long time. So after his dad passed away, uh, as it turns out, they did the ancestry uh, things. It's called Curiosity Incorporated, uh, and discovered that there was a either a first cousin or uh, perhaps even a sister. They went to a more reputable uh, DNA lab and discovered that they are indeed siblings. So what I'm doing here is I wanted to incorporate in the thistle color that I had used up here in these blossoms and pull it in down here to these D's. And so I'm doing that, making the outer edges the thistle and the inner insides this deep violet color. And you're welcome. And so at any rate, uh, they discovered that they are in fact brother and sister, half brother and sister, and so they're going to meet for the first time at the end of this month. She lives here in the United States, and so that'll be very cool. She lives in Colorado, so he's going to fly down and do that, and he's thinking that he's actually invited his fans of the show, any of them that happen to be in Colorado Springs. And my thought was like, oh, buddy, yeah, that's like inviting trouble. That is inviting trouble right there, because I don't think he's going to realize the number of people who will actually travel to Colorado Springs to meet them in this restaurant at the designated time. I hope that doesn't happen, but and then the poor guy gets overwhelmed with what passes for celebrity in the United States. The U.S. is really the only country that feels that it's their job to chase celebrities. But I hope it all works out. Hi, Susie. Where's Susie? Susie, honey. A, thank you. You know what you did. And then B, the next thing I saw was that you had fallen ill. I am so, so sorry. And I hope that you are recovering. Huge hugs. and know how much that we all love you. And for goodness sakes, take care of yourself. Okay, so now I'm starting with the light, of course, and working my way back into the dark, just sort of barely tapping. I don't really want to spread this color around so much as I want to just sort of get it to settle into the page. Hi, Nika. Hi, Jude. And oh, it's so nice to see familiar faces and wow, 43. Thank you for the likes or the thumbs up. I really appreciate those as I'm growing my subscribers. Thank you to all of the new subscribers. It is wonderful. If you are a new subscriber and this is your first live, I am the artist who draws all of the CLaldridge books. There are 8 of them. They are available through Amazon worldwide, most online outlets like Barnes and Noble and Walmart, and also through Book Depository and Abe's Books in the UK, a bunch of other places, and then also as PDFs in my Etsy shop, where you can also get individual drawings. And hi, Pamela. Pamela B. Hi, Van. How are ya? Yes, you did find me. Thank you for being here. And please subscribe. I if you're not already subscribed to my channel, if you would, that's wonderful. We are growing. I'm heading toward that first 1,000. I think I'm almost at 600 now, which is wonderful. And I appreciate you all so much. And I am coloring with Derwent INKTENSE in my book, Fantasy Flower Garden today. And waxing poetic about all sorts of things. About all sorts of things. Oh, yes, you did, Never I want to call you Never Kitty. I don't know why, but Never Kit won. 601. Yay! Thank you, Jude. Oh, that's wonderful. I actually did not know. Yeah, I published Crafty Kitty. I published 9. So, well, actually, yeah, 9 of my own. Plus, I'm in I'm in 2 others, and then I've published for other artists under my uh, well, the other artist that I've published for is Susan Curry. So I'm just moving these down because I'm using the Ionian green for the stems but also for the leaves. And so I could show you just how I did these. I just did the outside with the Ionian green. Whoops. And once again, with Inktense, you don't have to be too exacting because you're going to hit it with water and move it around. Let me turn the page just a little so that I can actually reach. And yeah, so I not only, and then what has happened, Crafty Kitty, is that I drew, but I didn't color. And so this channel is about me getting the opportunity to show you my art, but also I am learning to color and taking you on the journey of an adventure in coloring with the artist. So I have this sort of fancy graphic that shows up in my pre-records. That's the name of my show, is sort of the Adventures in Coloring with the Artist. This is the spring green, and I'm just adding a little bit of that in the centers of the leaves just to give a little color variation to them. And so anybody who's new knows I am notorious for missing comments and people talking to me. And did you print this out? And if so, what is your favorite paper? I did print this particular one out, uh, Charlotte. I print this. It's here is of course the book, and I colored in this book, or I've colored pictures from this book quite a bit, uh, but and so people can actually see these. But I have ended up printing almost all of these out because I didn't have a physical copy of this book. But to answer your question, this is cardstock. It is the I mean I just bought the Georgia Pacific 150 sheets of 110-pound cardstock, 92 bright, at Walmart. The price was right, and I don't. As a general rule, I don't fuss too much about paper because I've never met paper that I can't color on. I mean, you all know, you've seen me do it. This is the very first book that I published, which is my Flowers and Dreams, still the most popular book in my collection. Uh, and, like I did this in the book with Derwent INKTENSE, and yes, it bleeds through, and no, who cares? I don't care that it bled through. I love it just the same. And this one was watercolor markers, and this one was neocolors with watercolor markers. So no, Mia Bear, I had given away my last copy, and and not ordered more for myself. Is what had happened. Because whenever I get a book in, I order a case for myself, or whenever I publish a book, I order a case for myself as for giveaways and things like that. And I had given away my last book. I had actually bribed my internet lady to fix my internet without charging me the $90 "it's your fault that it's broken" fee. So So I gave her a ton of my books so that she didn't charge me that $90 because the books I had, the $90 I didn't. So yeah, I always do single sides every time. And then of course I've got one of these, which is the page protector. Just slap it in behind, and I've never fussed about paper at all. There are some papers that are easier to work with, but it's I've never met a medium that I couldn't use on any kind of paper. So I do have to. I mean, to say the 110-pound, I do have to feed it in one sheet at a time. If I stick it in on top of a stack of regular paper, my printer does not like it. Absolutely. But if I just put one sheet in the printer, it and then sort of just hold it steady until that grabs, it works fine. I think 300-pound watercolor paper would probably not not go through a printer. Charlotte, that is quite likely because it is, yeah, it is too thick. I do want to correct something though. Sandy said on her stream that you needed to get a laser printer to prevent ink blur with a on stuff that you print out. That is, if you use a water medium, that is absolutely untrue. Uh, there are some, if you print it out and try to use a water medium on it immediately, it will blur. The ink will smear with an inkjet. But if you let it dry 24 hours, it will not. So if you've got an inkjet printer, there is no reason why you can't print out on it and use a water medium or an alcohol medium or any other medium that you want to use. You just have to let it dry. The ink has to, it's ink. It's wet. It has to actually dry. Okay. Whereas a laser printer is toner. Now you do have to have a laser printer if you want to do any kind of foiling. And I would love, with some of my more decorative pieces, I would love to try some gold foil on it. I had a lady do that with one of my drawings, and she printed it out, bought a PDF, printed it out on her laser jet or laser printer, and then ran it through one of those foil embosser things where you put the foil on it and something about it makes the foil stick to the toner. Oh, such a cool effect. It's like all the lines were then made of gold. Okay. So this is just trying to watch my time here. Uh-oh, I am going to run over May, and I don't want to do that. I think I'm going to run over May. May, honest and truly, you would be going on right about now, wouldn't you? Because I do want to do the book giveaway. Since we have 45 people in the house, hello, Loretta. Did you, oh, I know you did. Never mind. You wrote to me. Did you, Loretta, just for clarity, did you solve your issue with those first files? Uh, no, it's, then I don't know. May keeps offering to let me go on, but I don't want to. I mean, because it's already 10 o'clock her time, I think, or maybe it's only 9 o'clock her time. No, you don't want to go on now. Okay, so you want me to go on. Okay. Yeah, it's this whole daylight savings time in the US happens 1 or 3 weeks earlier than it does for the rest of the world. And uh, so it's created a bit of a confusion here for me on and everybody has been wonderful in trying. We're all trying to accommodate each other, which there's the other thing about the coloring community is we all want to be the first ones to get out of each other's way, which I think is it speaks to the community as a whole, that we're all just so nice. We are all so nice. We want to make sure that there's room for everybody, and I was kidding when I told Deb to, quit quit, quit interrupting me when I'm trying to fall on my sword. uh, anyway, I think that's funny. I've always been fascinated by knights, knights in shining armor. I always thought I was born in the wrong era. The only trouble is that I'm a girl, but I wanted to be one of the knights. Oops, wrong color. See? That's why I should not have that fuchsia there, because I keep picking up the wrong color. So I'm just throwing a little of the fuchsia on here, on the upper part of these little flowers. And of course, these blossoms are tiny. And I never think about that when I drew them this way. And these are not, I don't sharpen my Inktense until I absolutely, positively cannot stand it 1 second longer, because I cannot, the idea of letting even one tiny bit of the pigment go into the bottom of a sharpener just makes me crazy. I love my inkjet or my Inktense pencil so much. And that is May's fault. There's one I can legitimately blame on May. Wait, what? Sell what? It nearly choked. Donna, why did you nearly choke? I love nights. I do, yes. Yes. Oh, falling on sword. Yeah, that's my favorite. Yes, I'd love to do that. I had my landmark. When I did the landmark forum a long time ago, which I've talked about some on some of my older videos, uh, but but I also did the advanced courses, and that was one of the identifying uh, factors that they came up with is that I am somebody who will, generally sacrifice and not say a word uh, about it, because it's in my nature. And so they were trying to get me to speak up for myself. And uh, so the thing about the coloring community is that if you do speak up, and they will bend over backward to accommodate you, and that is just amazing. And I just learned that today. I did not ask Deb to start early so I could, so that I could gain a little time back, and I certainly would never dream of asking May to do it either. So the fact that they are being so accommodating to allow me time is just amazing. And of course, this will all self correct on the 31st, when everybody's time will have gone forward by the 1 hour. Ah, that's good to know. I don't have any watercolor pencils, but I am eyeing hard those pastel pencils, uh, because I think those are cool. So I'm trying to decide: do I want the pastel pencils or the gouache more? And I couldn't actually tell you at this point in time. I'm just glad that they're made and they're out there. And Arteza puts them in nice 60 color boxes. Okay, I think those are beautiful, and it really helps to pull the color from the bird down. So one little bit to add, just add the fuchsia there, and probably a little bit. I'm trying to stay out of my little bird's wings, or beak, so I don't give him a purple beak accidentally. And that are those done and dusted. Okay, now let me find my camera controls. Pull back just a tad. Okay, so now, so we've added that. Let's work on a little bird here. I'm feeling the need for some colors. How about a lovely crimson red for his throat? I'm trying to remember if, whenever I get into trouble with this, yes, all of the pages, every page, guys, every single page that I draw that's in one of my books is also a single page in my Etsy shop. And the way that the shop is structured is, if you go in, if you look on the left-hand side, there is always going to be a column that says, now I don't know if it's the same on a mobile, but it's somewhere in there. The categories are listed. And so what I do is I list Flowers and Whimsy, like my book Flowers and Whimsy, and in that section will be the book itself and all of the individual drawings. So that is how you would find out whether or not a page that you want is in a particular book and what book it's in, by just looking at the category that it's in. Is it running into my coloring? Oh, don't worry about being a quick colorist. Good coloring takes a lot of time. You cannot. I mean, we watch people who have had years and years of practice. See, this is this picture in the actual book. Years and years of practice, you can whip these things out, but they still are. I love my little squirrely. This was my first effort at drawing fur. Didn't turn out perfectly, but anyway, sorry, I'm distracted looking at something. All right. Oh, that's what I wanted to. But it's on the. It's not. It's on this book. Ta-da! Here's yet another one of my books. This is Flowers and Flyers, and this is the adult coloring book, by the way, of flowers, songbirds, hummingbirds, butterflies, owls, and this is the one that we did in this. Y'all remember this? This, by the way, is the most popular that I've ever done. Is when I colored this in the book with water, with DERWENT INKTENSE, and absolutely the most popular Instagram post at any rate. But this is, I looked at this. This is my cover colorist, and she did a hummingbird with a red throat. So I just wanted to look and see kind of how she did it. So she incorporated all the way under the eye down to just about the top of the wing. So I think that I will do that because I always like to have a photo reference. Thank you, May, for links and things. I really, really appreciate you for doing that. So let's use the red. And I'm just, because I want to use these this way, I am just coloring it very, very lightly. I'm not using an awful lot of pigment. I'm just using a light amount. And then I've gone a little sinusy on you guys. I'm sorry. And we'll see if this is red enough. And if it's not red enough, then I can add more. Now, I have put a link to the Inktense and these particular watercolor brushes or water brushes in. These are our brand, I think that these are licensed pretty much to everybody. This is not an expensive brand of water brush. I do like them though because they're very uh, uh, they are very good. They don't leak. That's what I'm trying to say. They don't leak and they give a good flow of water. When in doubt, just say it simply. And of course, with Inktense, you can also take your colors right off the pencil. You can also get Inktense in blocks, like pastel sticks, or also you can get them in pan form, in in a palette. Oh, I like that. Okay. So then we want this part to be probably white. So we're going to try and use just a little bit of the neutral gray to kind of give the idea that the underbelly is white. I don't know. Underbelly, let's go with his cap. His cap is going to be blue. That I can tell you absolutely, categorically. It is going to be bright blue. Because I want my hummingbird to be very colorful. There are many different ways to use Inktense. You can use them uh, as a definer, by putting the outside edge dark and then letting it sort of meld to the inside or flow to the inside for a nice highlight. Or you can use them all over like I just did. Or you can do a combination of both. You want to start by wetting your lightest areas first, always. Yeah, these particular water brushes are a great consistent application of water. That's what I like. about them. Thank you for those words. Katie, thank you for the words. Okay. And then, of course, we have the angry eye issue again, which I will solve in the same way that I did with the first one. I love that. The angry eyes issue. Let me try to find a micron that's not got a teeny tiny point on it. No, I don't want that one. That one will do. This is my graphic one. It's got a one point. There, now he's got a little friendlier eye. Okay, and then the green is going to be for the wings, and I'm going to use the hooker's green. Shannon, no worries. No worries, you're allowed to lurk. Better than an evil eye. Are they good, Dan? I've been looking at those, the Arteza water brushes. You know, Arteza is, I've got to say, Arteza is a pretty impressive company as far as, they've got fantastic marketing, and I'm going to have to turn the book. Well, actually, yeah, hang on, guys. Let me move something. All right. My Prismacolors live at the top of my desk, always. So, so I just moved them out of the way so that I could move the book up a little bit as we are looking at the green down here. Yep, this is definitely going to be a colorful bird. Excuse me. Oh, wait, I went too far. Okay, now you can erase INKTENSE as well. If you make a mistake, you can erase it until it's wet. If you wet it, it will become permanent and you can no longer erase it. But up to that point, you can still erase it. So what I want is I want the under feathers to be dark. But I want the over feathers to be light. And, okay, so I am using fairly firm pressure on putting some, because you can always darken it up as you go. So I'm doing that to give the effect of the feathers. Also going a little bit darker on the bottoms. And then I'm going to actually sort of darken up all the way around here. Now I'm going to be adding colors to this. So this is really just a getting us started coat. because now I'm going to add some apple green in here. And even some mallard green. Along the outside edge, which is a blue-green. Just sort of a little bit of that. And we'll see where we get. Oh, thank you, May. Yeah, this one is called the Conversation Ring. And if you do find that your brush gets a little dried out, then you just sort of squeeze it. Otherwise, you don't really have to squeeze them. They do just sort of flow as you use them. But it's good to squeeze them to get them started. Now, of course, as with all ink tints, you never really know about your color blends until it dries. But all those colors will blend into each other, and you'll know what it looks like then. Okay, now that ended up being white. And what did she do with the bottom part of the feather there? She actually made the bottom part of the feathers black. We could do that. We could use a nice, I'm looking at my grays. Let me try a nice Chinese black. See how that works. And I'm using this very, very lightly. Really, really lightly. So I'm hoping for kind of a just adding in a few little strokes, hoping for some, like leaf looks or wing looks. Wait, Shara, wait. Okay. Never mind. I see. Okay. Oh yeah. See, I like the way that looks. That's a good start on this. I'm going to leave this white. I'll probably end up doing maybe some cream or something like that for the belly of this. And I will, of course, be darkening this color up a little bit. And then I'll also use, just like I did up here, I'll use a white Prismacolor to give a little iridescence to the bird. Okay, so for right now, what I would like to do, since there are 44 people in the house, 41 likes, thank you guys. That is so nice. I would like to go ahead and do a PDF book giveaway. Now, so everybody knows, these PDFs that I am able to give away are courtesy of the lovely Shara Likes to Color and Chat, who was generously went into my Etsy store, purchased 5 books with the express purpose of having me give them away, which just blew my mind that she did that. I've added 5 of my own. So that's a total of 10. We gave 2 away last week. We'll give 1 away today. So that's 3 of the 10. That means that there'll be 7 left. Please do continue buying things in my Etsy shop, but also be sure to watch my streams because there will be other chances to win those remaining 7 over the next few months. For now, we are going to do a giveaway. Here are the rules to enter. You will need to enter a number. Wait until I type in, until you see me, the words go, go, go show up on the screen. When you see that, type in a number between 1 and 100. You can enter one time, only enter one number. Don't chat while people are entering numbers. And whoever is closest to the number chosen without going over will be the winner. And wow, thank you for that. Thank you for that. I have toyed with the idea of making that a quiet thing during streams, but you guys are so amazing. And you guys have encouraged me to not make it quiet, that you actually like to hear it when the cha-ching happens. So I appreciate that too. All right, so is everybody ready for the contest and you understand the rules and all of that? I hope so, because go, go, go. Remember, number between 1 and 100. Only enter once. Everybody is eligible, whether or not you have a channel, whether or not you've won before. Everybody is, in fact, eligible to win. That includes my mods and my Facebook friends and all that kind of good stuff. Do 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 do. See, I should think of a good song. Da 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 da. Oh, that was so sad about Alex Trebek. I hope he beats those odds. I really do hope he beats those odds. I was trying to think. I could sing you a song, but I used to be able to sing, but not anymore. Okay, ding dong, ding dong. We go for about another. See. Oh. Okay. All right. Oh, wait, I was reading a message. All right. If everybody has their numbers in, this is the 10-second warning. Put your numbers in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. Oh no, Nika. Oh no. All right, so Nika, what did you do? Did you change your number, Nika? All right, I'm going to make the executive call. Nika can stay in. Nika can stay in. All right. Because we didn't say whether or not you could change your number if you see that somebody else did. Well, we didn't offer a specific prohibition against it. So I'm gonna make a ruling as the arbiter. Whoops, you guys did not need to know my code, did you? Sorry. Okay. Thank you, May. All right, got that. Whoops. Sorry, that's what happens when you leave your phone open to chat. Okay, so random number generator here at random.org. And generate. The number is 77. So whoever is closest to 77 without going over is the winner. Yeah, we didn't make a prohibition against it, so I'm going to allow it this one time. But in future, no, you are not allowed to change your number. Katie is dead on at 77. Is she the first? If she is the first, then Katie is our winner. Well, hey, Katie Coffee Mug, you are the winner of one of my books. A PDF of any one of my books. There are 8. Hang on. I will actually, yeah. There and just as because this is my channel and I'm allowed to do shameless self promotions. This is what we have. We have Flowers and Dreams. Now you're going to get the PDF version, not this version. But I've got Flowers and Dreams, Flower Inspirations, Flowers and Flyers was number 3. The travel size is not available as a PDF, but it's not. Then came Flowers and Whimsy. Then came Flowers of Fantasy. Then came Flowers of Wonder. You get the point. There's a lot of flowers. Oh, here's Creatures. Fantasy Flower Garden is this one. And I just have my, so that I know which book it's from. I just clip that to the front of it while I'm working on it. And then the new one. This is a brand new one that just came out in November. Rapidly becoming a bestseller, second only to the first one, is Fabulous Flowers. And have I colored anything in Fabulous Flowers? Oh, this was the one that we started with the Tim Holtz. Yeah, we need to continue on with that. Maybe I'll do that this week. I'll continue on with this sometime this week and do a video. But this was the other one that we colored with the pencils. This was, I believe, we did this with the. I think we did this with the Prismacolors. I do. Okay. So here, Katie is my. I'm sorry, guys. I'm easily distracted today. There is my email. If you would email me, and you can look at all the books. There is in my playlist. There is a playlist that's called Book Flip Throughs, and it is flip throughs of each page of every book that I do, or you can look at the pages in my Etsy shop and simply choose which one. Email me which one you want, and I'll put it in a Dropbox for you. And thank you very much to Shara for her generous donation of all of these books to allow me to be able to give them away. And I am now out of room on my desk. And it is way past time, I think, for me to yield to May. I think I'm already into her time by half an hour. And so I want to go ahead and yield to her, give her a chance to maybe get a little bit of, I don't know, coffee or something. Bill the bird. Yes, I have not forgotten. This is Hermione. Kermit, Hermione, uh, Bill, and we need a name for our Deb. Deb the mouse. You want Deb to be the mouse? The mouse is a girl mouse. You want that pink mouse, don't you? Leah Bear will give us any trick in the book to get a pink mouse, a pink or a purple mouse. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for coming, and above all, thank you so much for staying, not just being, drop in, drop out. I love that. I love that about the community. I love that everybody is so kind to each other. And until we all meet again, please color something pretty. Susie, we are all so glad that you were here to join us. You have no idea that, I mean, or maybe you do. You would be sorely missed, my dear, so you need to take care. And know that we are all wishing you the very speediest healing, and also to be pain free. I mean, thank you, Melinda. Thank you very much for all you do for me. All of the people, by the way, who have been so kind with my PayPal tip jar and things like that. Uh, that is just it makes all the difference in the world. I am saving my pennies for coloring supplies with that, and we will soon have something new. Uh, Shara, thank you. I agree. I agree. I actually do uh, fairly well. I mean, not. Let's put it this way: many self-published artists like myself, who are we're fairly decent artists, but we have no way to promote ourselves, and I am shy usually. I don't like to promote myself, uh, and it's hard for us to do it. But I could go on, but I need to shut up because May needs to come on. Thank you everybody for being here. I really appreciate it. Until we meet again, look for some videos during the week. Bye, everyone.